Back with another one. Breaking news. The CEO of United HealthCare is being killed, unfortunately. Looks like an assassination. According to reports, it definitely wasn't random. The alleged shooter still at large, but they say he actually waited for the CEO to show up where I believe he was hit in the back and in the leg, and he succumbed to his injuries. The alleged shooter then got on a e-bike, and they saying he was last spotted in Central Park. So this obviously took place in New York City. I guess the CEO was out there for, a healthcare meeting. But these are my thoughts. Well, for one, this is a dangerous world. Now, somebody in his position, you're obviously going to think some high level chess being played. Perhaps some of his competitors, colleagues, or it could have been something in house, like a back door from his competitors or colleagues, or even someone close to him, dare I say, in his familiar. Because we already know, we hear time and again certain cases, whether it be insurance or inheritance or etc., where somebody close to you will try to get rid of you to take what you have. So I'm sure the authorities, they obviously looking at all possibilities, but that's what I make of that. That's to let y'all know, man, you gotta beware at all times. They say obviously he wasn't moving with no security detail. Probably thought he didn't have to, but just to let you know, man, this ain't to really just kind of have people living in fear, because you definitely don't want to live in fear, but you definitely want to be cautious. And it can happen to anybody, as we see, as we seeing. So yeah, this just kind of want to put y'all up on that, but it's definitely something's going on because it wasn't random. Again, it could be some high level, dare I say, politics, and instead of them just firing people or recalling them, they icing them. So it's a cold world we living in. I'm gonna put it like that. It's a lot of snakes in the gravel. Of course, I don't know much about the CEO personally. I don't know what he was involved in or whatever, but I'm just going off the reports. According to them, saying didn't look like he had like known enemies or he was going back and forth with anybody online, but you never know, man. And it could be somebody standing next to you, somebody you see every day, somebody you greet every day, and the whole time they plotting on you. Or it can be some competitors, people that you notably at odds against, but they deem they want to take it a step up and really knock you off the board, as opposed to just neutralizing you out that position, whatever the case may be. But this is something to be aware of, man. I know we all live in our day to day, and stuff like this tend to feel like it don't resonate with us or got nothing to do with us. But oh yeah, it got everything to do with you, especially if you're living in America. But anywhere abroad, speaking of that, just on a side note, they in South Korea, I heard they martial law, and they want the president to step down, and it's a lot of high level military politics going on there, and that's definitely going to affect what we got going on here ultimately. And we'll see the trickle down in so many ways, especially when it comes to the prices. Either if our government just throws some money over there, whether under the guise of military or intervention or whatever it is, we all know. But there's a lot going on out here, obviously. So just be aware, man. I just want to really put the emphasis on that. Just being aware at all times. What they say, keep your head on a swivel and be careful who you trust. I want to say don't trust nobody, but just be careful who you trust. And even then, you definitely want to constantly be scrutinizing the people around you in terms of that, straight up. Because, man, it can happen to anybody. That's what I make of it when I hear about stuff like this, especially when it comes to high level successful people, because we tend to think because you got money or a little power that can't nothing happen to you. But we seeing no matter, the bigger you is, the harder you fall. That's all that means. But stay safe and stay dangerous. And that's just the truth. That's the moral of this, obviously. And again, they saying it looks like this person, the alleged shooter, was proficient in what he did. They said the gun jam, he fixed the jam and still kept shooting. So it was obviously a hired hit. Now, who hired him, that's, of course, we may or may not never know. That's all up to the investigators. But yeah, man, and my condolences. You know, certain things you just gonna RIP for whatever reason. I ain't gonna speak to in detail, obviously, if he deserved it or not, because that's definitely ain't my call at all. And neither is it yours, you know. So just be wary of that. But definitely, man, stay safe and stay dangerous. Keep that head on a swivel and scrutinize, and scrutinize. That's all I'm gonna say, man. And be wary who you trust. And just as an afterthought, I don't see them creating no laws as a result of this, as far as weapons or anything like that I can see. I hope not, because a lot of times when stuff like this happen, especially when it comes to the school shootings, you hear people advocating for tighter gun restriction, this and that, and ultimately it don't even affect the people or the demographic of these alleged shooters, or anybody for that matter. It tend to just only affect the innocent people, the people that had nothing to do with that. It just makes it harder for them to protect themselves in a lot of cases. So, but again, I don't foresee anything as far as that. This may be open and shut. Not saying as far as the case, but in terms of that. And again, you know, we don't know where this came from. So I'm just eager to see if this was some high level chess being played by perhaps his or that company's competitors, or again, was it a backdoor, some in-house, and they wanted to remove him. And so, you know, we'll stay tuned. But I'll be back at y'all with some more material. Peace.